Welcome to This Side of 50, the podcast where men of all ages come to gain clarity, confidence, and direction. I'm Milton K. Smith, your host, a seasoned voice that's living, learning, and leveling up. I'm here to share with you knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that I've gained throughout the years. Each week, we'll tackle real-life challenges, share practical tools, and hopefully inspire you to keep going. If you're ready to gain clarity, confidence, and direction, then this is your podcast. Whatever the time of day it is, thank you so much for joining with us here on This Side of 50, Not Your Grandparents podcast. We had another week, another episode, lessons I've learned from CrossFit. If you would take this time to like, share, leave a review in Instagram, on Threads, YouTube, however you're listening to this podcast, let me know what you think. Share it with your friends. It's where men from all over the world gather to hear a seasoned voice just give out some knowledge, understanding, and wisdom over the years, lessons over the years of the lessons I've learned in my life. So let's start off, jump into this episode. The topic for the day will be broaden your knowledge base. Broaden your knowledge base. I believe that the one thing that we lack as men is we don't have all the knowledge we need. And the reason that we don't have the knowledge that we need sometimes because we shy away from asking other men to sow into us with wisdom, with knowledge and understanding. So we're lacking that. The Bible says that people perish because of lack of knowledge, not because they didn't have knowledge, because they ignored it. I have been blessed to encounter come in contact with, network with, however you want to put it, many of knowledgeable men and women, but knowledgeable men in my life that have sowed wisdom, sowed their understanding, sowed their knowledge into me that has made me a better person. At the end of the day, here I am at 55, and I'm trying to pay it forward by sharing with you some of the knowledge that I've learned, particularly in this particular season, lessons I've learned from CrossFit. So I'm challenging all of you that are listening to me, every man that's listening to me, women, if you're listening, I'm challenging you as well, and share with some man in your life, your son, your grandson, your nephew, whatever you see fit, right? To broaden your knowledge base, broaden your knowledge base. Ignore limits, ignorance limits influence. Ignorance limits influence. Ignorance limits influence, and wisdom expands impact, right? So if you're going to ignore, and I define ignorance as the state of ignoring something, that you have the knowledge with Chat GPT, AI, all the things, especially now, we have all the access to knowledge, I think, that we need. I was trying to find the right word there. We have all the access to knowledge that we need, along with the men in our lives, the older generations and the younger generations, because I've learned in my life that you can gain knowledge from any age group. You can gain knowledge from any person that you walk to. You can learn something from them. Either you'll learn what to do or what not to do. So you'll gain the knowledge. I have learned how to accept that, look for that, and not ignore it, that which would limit my influence. Whereas now that wisdom has expanded my impact, that I can talk to anyone pretty much about anything. When I was in college, I had a professor that said the goal in your life should be able to talk to anyone about anything at any time. And I'm happy to say I'm getting to that point where I can successfully talk to anyone about anything on any topic, because I'm learning how to just gather knowledge, how to just listen, and then apply that knowledge, apply that understanding, and gain wisdom from that. So ignorance limits influence, wisdom expands impact. Keep learning. Spiritually, mentally, and physically, no matter how old you are, continue to learn. Don't stop learning. Don't stop trying to know more. Don't become set in your ways. Don't become stagnant. Keep learning. Keep learning spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, whatever area that you want to apply that to. Keep learning. There are books. So we have access now to so much at our fingertips just with the AIs that are out there, Google and Copilot and Gemini. We have access to so much knowledge, so much information, and then we can apply that. Talk to the younger generation. Don't just ignore them. Don't feel like you have nothing that you can gain from them. And then talk to the older, the patriarchs and the matriarchs of your family, man. Find out, especially the patriarchs, find out what they know, the wisdom, what have they learned throughout the years. Gather knowledge from whoever, wherever you can, every moment that you get. God equips you through what you are willing to study. God equips you through what you're willing to study. So I talk predominantly to men of faith, and I believe everybody that's listening to me is a man of faith to some degree. Regardless whether you call yourself Christian or any other religion, you are a man of faith. You believe in something. Even if you say you're atheist, you believe that there is no God. So that's where your faith is, right? So learn to gather that knowledge and know that you're being equipped by what you are willing to study. That equips you, that gives you a weapon. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And a renewed mind opens doors that a strong body can't. Wisdom is better, right? Wisdom is the better part of valor, right? You can be strong, but if you don't know how to use that strength is going to be useless to you. So wisdom will open doors. A renewed mind will open doors that a strong body can't. So transform your mind. Renew your mind by transforming it, by being willing to learn something new. Redirect, regrow, strengthen those neural pathways, I guess is what I would say. Strengthen those neural pathways. Learn something new. Learn a new language. Learn how to play an instrument. Learn how to play chess. Learn how to play checkers. Go out and learn a line dance, something that you haven't done before. Be consistent and be adamant and be proactive about learning, opening your mind, renewing your mind. Learn new ways to do the same thing, do something old. Learn a new way to do that. If you know how to cook, learn a different way to make that pie, make that cake, whatever the case would be. Go a different way to the mall this time. If you know one route to take a different route. Renew your mind, open doors, and that way you can broaden your knowledge base. Growth ends where curiosity dies. When you stop being curious, that's when your growth will end. If you don't know what a black hole is, study what a black hole is. If you don't know anything about Jupiter and Mars, study the planets, study the solar system. If you want to learn Instagram or Facebook or social media, study that. If you want to learn how to code, Python, R, whatever it is, start learning that. Be curious. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but he was knowledgeable when he was killed. So I guess you could coin that, right? Curiosity may have killed the cat, but at least he was knowledgeable when he was killed. So growth ends where curiosity dies. You don't want to just die for lack of learning. You don't want to die for a lack of growing. You don't want to die from being stagnant. Your muscles, your brain muscle becomes weak. You become apathetic. Keep growing, keep learning. You were created to grow. You were created to expand. Expand and broaden your knowledge base. To be fit, you have to broaden your knowledge base. To be fit, you have to broaden your knowledge base. That's one of the many things, once again, over these episodes. And every episode is something I've learned. I know I say that's one thing I've learned, but it's really one more thing I learned in CrossFit. That to be fit, I had to broaden my knowledge of eating, my knowledge of exercising, my knowledge of cardiovascular health, my knowledge of gymnastics, my knowledge of diet, my knowledge of stretching, range of motion. Just a lot of things I broadened my knowledge on to become aware of, because fitness requires learning and expanding your understanding in every area of your life. So to be fit, you have to learn, right? You have to expand and start to understand things. You have to get out of your comfort zone, because when you broaden your language, when you broaden your knowledge, rather, your language changes. First of all, when you broaden your knowledge, your language changes. You upgrade your language. You add different new words. Your vocabulary expands, and now that learning and expanding helps you to understand and be greater in every area of your life. So fitness requires learning. It requires expanding your understanding in all areas of your life. What are those areas? Our talking points. It seems like this 15 minutes goes by so fast, but once again, I don't want to hold you all day. You got things to do. This is just something to motivate you in the midst of a break, whatever the case may be. In your health, learn your body. Understanding prevents burnout. You have to know your rhythm. You have to know your pace. You have to know your capacity. So learn your body. That's the first knowledge base you should expand. How does your body operate? How does your body respond to certain stimuli? What triggers you? What excites you? What motivates you? What causes your adrenaline to get to pumping? What depresses you? What upsets you? What sends you down in the pit, in the doldrums? Learn those things about your health. Learn what foods are good for you, what foods are not good for you, what causes you to flourish throughout the day, what kind of holds you back, what stimulates you. All those things. Learn your body. That way you can prevent burnout. You can prevent burnout. When it comes to your finances, financial wisdom protects your future freedom. So the more you learn about your money, how to spend, the economics of your life, the currency of your life, then you have more freedom when the future comes, because now you'll protect what you have. You won't spend everything today. You'll start looking at tomorrow. You'll start planning for the future. I tell a lot of people that I come in contact with, plan your money for tomorrow, just in case you live longer than you think. Just in case. When I was growing up, they would say, save for a rainy day. You have to save for a rainy day. And that rain could come in the form of layoffs, furloughs. It could come in the form of health challenges where you can't work like you used to, or family challenges where someone may have to quit their job and help family. Learn to save, learn to prepare for the unexpected. Have a contingency plan for your finances. When it comes to relationships, learn to listen more than you speak. Now, that's a challenge for all of us. Sometimes we listen waiting for our opportunity to speak, but we have to learn to listen more than we speak. We have to learn to just make sure that we're not just hearing, but we're obeying, we're listening, we're processing, and we're fully understanding before we give our point of view, before we want to add to it, whatever the case may be. Listen more than you speak. Listen more than you speak. And then when you speak, sometimes you want to recant what you just heard, right? Repeat what you just heard, right? To make sure that you listen properly. To make sure that you listen properly. So learn to listen more than you speak. When it comes to your career, whatever your career is, keep learning. Growth is the greatest promotion tool. I have assimilated knowledge throughout the years, whereas I was able to reinvent myself multiple times throughout my career. CrossFit, becoming a CrossFitter was just one reinvention of myself. But from quality control to quality systems to quality assurance to data to operations, data analysts to operations, all of those were reinventions, microbiology, reinventions of myself. Why? Because I kept growing, I kept learning, and I was able to be promoted and get promoted in different areas and move different areas simply because I had the desire to learn, the desire to grow. You should have the desire to grow in your faith. You should have the desire to grow. You should know all about your faith that you can know, all about God that you can learn. So keep learning. Growth is the greatest promotion tool. And when it comes to behavior, study yourself. Awareness precedes self-improvement. Study yourself. Look at yourself. Sometimes maybe you need to record yourself throughout the day if that's going to help you. Ask others sometimes, what do they see? Good and bad. How do they see you? Give you a self-assessment. Awareness precedes self-improvement. The only way that you're going to get better is that you're going to have to be aware of who you are. You got to sit down, meditate. There are oftentimes I sit down, turn the radio off, get real quiet, and for 5 to 7 minutes, I just let my mind rest. See what comes to my mind. Oftentimes we have so many tabs open in our mind that we don't understand that things are still running in the background that may be impacting or affecting our behavior. So sometimes I have to sit, see what comes to my mind, what's still bothering me, what's still impacting me, what's still affecting me, and I shut those things down. I shut it off. I close them out in my head. I have a shirt that says I have way too many tabs open in my brain, and that's how we are sometimes. Way too many tabs from past traumas, past hurts, past misunderstandings, and it's impacting our behavior. So you have to study yourself and see, hey, where am I stuck? Where am I still buffering? Where am I still spinning at so I can improve myself? Self-awareness or awareness precedes self-improvement. So as we come to the close, this 15 minutes goes by so quickly, right? The question for this week: what's one area of life where more knowledge could bring you immediate growth? If you knew more about this particular thing in your life, you would grow quicker. Think about that. Is it your finances? Is it your health? Is it your career? Is it a relationship? Is it your behavior? Spirituality? whatever it may be, what area if do you need to gain more knowledge in so that you can begin to grow and you can see the results of that growth. It may be committing to the challenge. That was episode 1. Episode 2, conquering your fears. Episode 3, I believe, was flexibility, jumping on the box, competing with yourself. Whatever the case may be, find out what area do I need more growth in so that I can improve. It may be allowing time to change or allowing change over time. Whatever it may be, ask yourself, what area do I need more knowledge in so that I can grow? And when you get that answer, start working on that thing. I'll be back next episode. Hopefully you will too. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Well, that's all for today on This Side of 50. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and leave a review. Connect with us on social media for updates, tips, and inspiration between episodes. Remember, keep living, keep learning, keep leveling up, and most of all, don't settle. And I'll see you in the next episode.